Good morning students, welcome back to our channel. Yes, yesterday we were having a discussion on the poem The Road Not Taken, right? So let's continue the discussion. Okay, the poem is like this. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So before going to discuss that lines, let's understand the new words here. Diverged, the meaning of the word diverged is separated or divided or branched like that. Then yellowwood. Yellowwood means what? The old forest. Long I stood. Long I stood means what? Waited for a long time. Then bent. Bent means what? Curve or a turn. Then undergrowth. Undergrowth means what? Dense plant or a bushes. There were more, right? So now let's begin. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, right? When the poet started his journey, he came to a point, there were two roads, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. What poet was saying? No, he has to choose only one path, not a both path. Only one path he has to choose. Long I stood and looked down, one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So here he stood and he was looking at the path. Both the path he was looking. He was looking at both the paths. He was thinking which path is better for him, whether this path or that path. And he was saying until where he was saying, until where he found a curve or a turn, right? So where undergrowth means what? Dense plants or bushes were there, right? So see, this poem we have to apply for our life. Two roads means what? These two roads are the important choice in our life. Diversion. See, whatever you take, if you want to achieve something, you will have two paths. One is a straight path, one is a alternate path. See, if you go through the straight path, you will reach your goal easily, right? If you go alternate path, sometimes you may face some difficulties there, right? So before that only he was, for that only he stood there and he was looking at the good path which takes him to the destination, right? Let's go to the next slide. Then took to the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, right? Here better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. See, new words here. As fair means what? As good as other. Claim means right one, right choice, right? Wanted wear means what? Not used. Worn means used or spent. Then about the same equally. So after thinking for some time, he has chosen a way, right? He thought that the which way he has chosen, that was the best way. Yes. Then and having perhaps the better claim, he thought that the way which he has chosen, that's the best choice. Then because it was grassy and wanted wear, right? Because it was grassy, the path which he has chosen, that was full of grass, it was full of green. So he thought that was the right choice. Then though as for that passing there, and warned them really about the same. As he was going further and further, he thought that it is also used here, this greenery also, this place, this path also used one. So he thought that both the ways might be same, right? Let's go to the next slide. Next one, that is, and both that morning equally lie the leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, it knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back, right? So new words here. Lie means fall. Lie in leaves means covered with leaves. Trodden black means stepped on to crushing, right? So now let's begin the discussion. And both that morning equally lie in leaves, no step had trodden black. So now he is just reminding at the first point where he was there, when he saw both the paths in the morning, both the paths were having covered with the leaves, right? Oh, I kept the first for another day. He has chosen one path and he kept another path for a next day, yet knowing how way leads on to the way. Yes, he was not knowing whether the path which he was chosen will take to his destination or not, right? But he see this leads to the way. I doubted if I should ever come back. So what he said, if the way which I have chosen today, if this way do not take me to the destination, I would come back and take to the next way. He thought like that, right? But when we take a decision in our life or a choice in our life, see, whichever we take, we should be firm. We should follow only one path. We should not think about the another path. Like, I hope you are clear with this. Let's go to the next one. Then, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So here, sigh means to take a deep breath, right? Ages and ages means after a long time. Less travel means less used. Difference means change. So at the end, what poet was saying, I shall be telling in the future, I shall be telling with a sigh means here sorrow. With sorrow, what he would say, by taking deep breath, he would say somewhere ages and ages hence. Hence means future, further, right? Ages and ages after long time. He would say to others, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the differences. What poet was saying here, after some time when he reaches to the destination, he would say to some other people to, when he started his journey, he has taken the one path instead of another one, the path which he has chosen that gave him all the desired things to him, right? That path changed his life like that, right? So I hope you are clear with all the explanation of this poem line. So the important message of this poem is, see, whatever decision we make, we should be firm, right? See, many alternatives will be there. Many alternatives will be there in our life, right? We have to take the best option, right? Wait for some time, then take a best option. If you do not take a best option, it leads to the destruction at the end, right? I hope you all are clear with this poem. Tomorrow we'll discuss the question answers of this poem, right? Yes. Thank you for watching this video.